right here, right now. You belong here. You belong here with me. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Oh, I am so glad that you chose to be here with me today. So glad. Thank you so much for being here today. I want to start with a quote. Let's do this one. We're going to start with a quote. Owning our story and loving ourselves through the process is the bravest thing we will ever do. You got that. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Let me turn off reverb. There we go. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. You know what? I want to talk about something that I've kind of carried for a while, and something that I want to share with you because I'm pretty sure that many of us carry this, and it is the weight of being seen. And as an entertainer, you would think that would be a non-issue for me, but it is especially relevant for me. Forgive me, I'm having another episode. It is especially relevant for me because this side of me, none of my clients have seen. You see, last week, my son and I went to get winter tires, because that's what you do every year. I mean, completely ordinary errand, right? We left, I was fine, or whatever looks like fine for me. And then, true to form, just like you just saw just a few seconds ago, my body decided that it had other plans. And within minutes, my gait became awkward, my movements jerky. That's FND. That's functional neurological disorder, also called conversion disorder. That's actually what I was diagnosed with like many, many years ago. And that I've had this since 1998, I believe. That's not a short time, okay? It's not a short time. And this is a lifetime of learning to manage, to adapt. And if I'm being completely honest with you, to hide. My son held me as we made our way to our breakfast place to wait for the car, because of course we have to wait, right? You can't just go and bring your car and be like, okay, and then they're just immediately going to do whatever they have to. No, you got to wait for it, right? So, but we had to stop a few times, of course, trying to get there. Because, of course, everything when you're having any episode of anything is just exhausting, and everything takes effort. But you know what? We made it there. We sat down, and for a moment, it felt safe. And then the restaurant started filling up. And just like that, my perception of safe became, oh my God, I'm on display. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. So let me tell you, I sat there and the questions started coming. You know the ones, right? You know those. Oh my God. They're looking at me. Oh my God. Do they think that I've been drinking? Do they see my shakes and then they assume that I'm on drugs or something? Are they looking at my son wondering, oh my God, what kind of mess is this mother pulled him into? Are they looking at me with pity? Heaven forbid. And then, of course, the hardest questions, like the ones that really cut deep, like, wait a minute. What is my son feeling? Is he embarrassed to just be seen with me like this? Is this why for so many years we always made our exit the moment that my body issues would show up uninvited? Like this. Like, honestly, I don't even know what the heck is happening. Because this, like a shuddering breath thing. I don't know. It just changes all the time. It's like, my children have learned. I've had this since before they were born. My children have learned to hide this part of me, and my eldest sort of just had the sixth sense for the signs, like slurred speech, involuntary movements, my head getting jerky, which I think is pretty good today. And without a word, the outing would quietly and very quickly become, oh, we gotta go. right? We protected each other. And you know what? I have to tell you, I'm truly grateful for that love. But in a moment of reflection, I realized I also have to name what it was. I was hiding. It was hiding. But this time, my son and I, we stayed. I mean, we had no choice because we had to wait for the car, but we stayed in that restaurant, right? And we ate breakfast. We stayed. And I'm proud of that. Maybe you know this feeling. Maybe it's not F&D for you. Maybe it's not fibro. Maybe it's you have your own invisible battle, right? Maybe it's chronic fatigue. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's PTSD. I don't know. Whatever it is that you might be going through. Maybe it's just stress. The disorders, the anxieties, the things that live on the inside but don't always show up on the outside, at least not in the way that the world recognizes or believes. I mean, I walked with a cane for, I'd say about 12 years or so, a little more than that, because of fibromyalgia. That's, if you don't know what that is, well, it's pain. It's just chronic pain. It's a chronic pain disorder that disrupts so many things, causes brain fog, causes all kinds of things. Nerve pain that appears without warning. Sometimes it's a dull, relentless, full-blown body ache. Sometimes it's a sharp stabbing pain that steals your balance. Oh, okay. When, you're laughing, somebody tells you something that's so funny. You're like, oh my gosh, whack! And you whack somebody on the person beside you because it's just so darn funny. Well, that gentle pat that someone would give feels like a bloody assault, when you have fibro or whatever the heck or whatever you might be going through, this. Our skin looks normal. Our eyes look normal. Most tests come back normal. And yet here we are, chronically exhausted in a constant quiet fight just to be present. Does that ring true for you? Do you know someone carrying something like this? Someone that looks perfectly fine. They look fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They look fine. Yeah, right. Because the world can't see what they're carrying. And if you haven't yet, by the way, taken a moment, please just take a second and just hit the like button and share this video, because the journey of healing hidden disorders can be one of the loneliest roads there is. And the people walking this road need to know we are not alone. They're not alone. You are not alone, and neither am I. Right? We're doing this together. So I have 3 pillars I want to talk about. The first one is I stopped fighting what is. By the way, I'm still learning how to do this. I'm still learning. And I probably will still continue to be learning about this. Anyway, stop fighting. Stop fighting the moment that I'm in. When my body does what it does, my instinct is to push back, to be angry, to bargain. I frustrated. Why is this weird breathing nonsense happening? Why can't my body just behave? Why not want to go sit in the car? Why can't my leg just move? It moves every other time. Why this time it's not? I can't get my leg to just go up. I mean, there's, how many times I talk to my body like, Bart, come on, body. You know this. Listen, I've seen you do so many things. You know how to do this. You know how to talk. You know how to just, leg, come on, move. And we put so much energy, and that fight costs us so much that, we end up being more depleted than the episode itself. Radical acceptance doesn't mean that you like what's happening. It doesn't mean you've given up. No, it means that you've just stopped pouring that precious energy that we have into resisting a reality that we just can't change in this given moment. We acknowledge it, we work within it, and in doing so, we preserve ourselves. I like this quote by John Kabat-Zinn, and he says, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." And that morning in the restaurant, I was surfing. I was surfing very imperfectly and awkwardly, but I was not drowning. And this is what it looks like to stop fighting what is. So, number 2, I stopped judging myself. Okay, that one I'm still learning a lot. The people in that restaurant, like, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they weren't even looking at me, not even once. Maybe they were so absorbed in their own mornings, their own worries, their own lives, their own friends. But here's what I do know. I was already judging myself harshly enough for everyone there, and I did not need their help. Self-judgment is the cruelest layer on top of an already difficult situation because you are already managing symptoms, right? Already navigating a body or a mind that isn't cooperating. Already navigating a stressful relationship or a stressful situation, whatever the heck it might be. And then on top of that, you're busy prosecuting yourself, right? You're the judge. Listen, they may judge if they must, let them. But please do not be like me. Do not be one of your own accusers. For I like this quote by Maya Angelou, and she says, you alone are enough. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. And what would it feel like? Have you considered what would it feel like to offer yourself the same grace? You know, like that you would offer a dear friend of yours who's having a day like that, right? Start there. That's probably the best place to start because we can easily come out of ourselves and be like, oh my God, you know, you're totally there for somebody else. Let's try to be there for ourselves. So, number 3, I decided to use this as a way to help others, right? Which is why I'm here. I decided to use this as a way to help others. In fact, my journey through life has always been about bringing joy to other people. Like, I'm always totally ready to do something for someone else. And, but this one took the longest because for a long time, I could not see anything in this experience that I really wanted to share, right? I could only see the loss. I could only see the outings that were cut short or the performances I've had to cancel, right? My commitments that I wasn't able to keep, the life that just seems to be getting interrupted over and over and over again. But here's what I've come to believe. There is a gift in every experience. Even the ones that arrive without our permission. Not some silver lining to be forced, you know, not some toxic positivity wrapped up in a bow. No, a real quiet gift of our presence as we go through the challenge. Sometimes it's empathy, you know, you couldn't have had otherwise. Sometimes that's the gift. Sometimes it's a depth of understanding that becomes a lifeline for someone else who's just starting their journey, right? Sometimes the gift is simply that you're surviving something hard. Yeah, and that just makes you someone worth listening to. For out of our suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. What a beautiful quote. That is why we're here. That is why I'm telling you about breakfast with my son, something so ordinary, but it's not. Because someone's watching this right now that needs to know that they're not alone in their restaurant, you know. They're not alone. And so I want to ask you something before I go. You see? I'm an entertainer. I sing, I bring joy. That's my job. You know, I work the room with finesse and ease. At least I was. And one of the faces in that restaurant could easily have been a client or in the audience of a place that I have performed. Right? Think about that. What is the narrative that's playing in your head right now? Are you embarrassed to be seen in your vulnerability? I certainly was. I certainly am sometimes still. I still have days like that. I worry, what will they think? You know, seeing the shaky, unwell me or the person who can't seem to get a sentence out perfectly. That's not the same as the smooth talking entertainer that they always see, right? But I'm learning slowly that being seen is not the same as being diminished. Being known in your full, complicated, sometimes jerky walking self, your humanity, it's not a deficit. It's not a defeat. It's a kind of courage. It's a sweet kind of courage. So if you're hiding from the world, from yourself, I see you. And I am right here with you. We are on this journey together. We are here to bloom, even in the hard seasons, even when the blooming looks a little different than we planned. So now I want to leave you with something from my heart. This song is called I See You. Yes, Nathan, I know you like this song. And I truly mean every word of it. For you, for me, for every single person who has ever wondered if anyone truly sees who they were and still are beneath their struggle. I do. I do. I see you. And I hope that after today, you will see yourself a little more clearly too. This is the song. I truly hope that you will see yourself. I promise you, I see you. As you stand before me, I see you. Birds are fragile, yet they soar out in the blue. Let me be a shoulder you lean on. I can be an ear so you can tell all. There is more than enough love to heal all. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. You are a part of me that I long to know. I see you to the very core of you. Oh, I see you. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. And I see you. The world can judge, try to change you, but I see you. When thunder rolls inside, it's easy to doubt your light, but I see you. And I'll still hold you close as you fly high. I accept you with grace. I'm a soft place to fall on, and when you speak, I will listen. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. You are a part of me that I long to know. I see you to the very core of you. I see you. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. And I see you. Oh. Wherever you are in your life right now, you are seen. I see you. Bye for now, my friends.